Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I will talk to you about a very important topic that is improving your own mental health and how I managed to improve my mental health over the years because I had a lot of struggles in that specific area. But before we get into this video, put a like on this video, put a comment, subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. But now let's look into how you can improve your own mental health. So the first thing that you need to do before you can improve your own mental health is you need to know what you're dealing with. What is the current issue that you're facing with your mental health? So for example, back in the day for me, it was a mixture of a different kind of depression and also social anxiety. Those were the things I had a lot of struggles with. So maybe for you it's something different. Maybe you have even more severe struggles, because with the mental illness and the mental health, there are different levels to these things, you know? So there can be someone, for example, who has a mild kind of depression or who is sometimes sad because of something that is happening in their life. So oftentimes when you are sad or when you are depressed, for a lot of people that is connected to a certain circumstance in their life. So for example, maybe you're living in a place that you don't like to live in, or you're dealing with friends who are extremely negative, who drag you down, or who talk shit about you, or who talk shit about other people. So naturally, if you're in these kinds of circumstances, you're extremely likely to have a poorer mental health than someone who is living in a different environment. Because if you're somewhere and you don't want to be there, then that automatically makes you feel bad. Now, for these kinds of people that have a specific issue that they need to solve in their own life, what I did in my own personal life, that was specifically connected to my weight. So I was overweight, I was skinny fat back in the day, and that caused a lot of mental health struggle, because when I looked in the mirror I didn't feel good about myself, and that is impacting your mental health. So there are a lot of factors that can actually impact your mental health. It cannot only be something mental, but it can also be something physical, because the physical and the mental are actually extremely connected. So you need to look into your own life. What is the thing that is bothering you? For most people, there is something, or there is a cause, and you know what the thing is that is bothering you. Now, when you found the thing that is bothering you, you need to look into how can I solve this issue? How can I start walking towards that issue, and how can I start fixing the issue? But then there are other people. There are the other people that actually have significant mental health struggles that just occur out of nowhere. So they just have them. That's what they say. If you would ask them, hey, why are you actually depressed? Why do you feel that bad? Then they're just like, I've been feeling like this the whole time. I've always felt like this. And for these people, it's a lot more difficult. Oftentimes, they need actual professional help. Now, mind you, when you're listening to this video, I am not a psychologist and I am not a therapist. If you personally feel like, okay, I need to have someone in my life who can help me, or maybe you even need medication, then you actually need to go to a psychologist or a therapist. Please do that. Don't watch all these videos if you actually need that kind of help. Because for example, when you start to hear voices inside of your head, if you constantly have voices inside of your head, luckily I haven't had that. I sometimes have some voices in my head, but those are like me personally talking to myself. So luckily I don't have any kind of voices in my head, so I don't have kind of multiple personality disorder or schizophrenia. So if you have these kinds of things, you actually need to go to a professional. You need medical attention and help, because when that kind of thing happens, that is something that is actually genetic, and that is really difficult to fix on your own if you're just listening to the videos. But for a lot of people, these kind of issues with the mental health, they can actually be fixed. I can tell you what I did. So when I had these massive struggles with mental health, the first thing I actually did is I went to a good friend of mine who I wanted to talk to, and we just met up and we had a lot of deep conversations. He helped me out, he listened to me. That's the most important thing. Step number one, you need to find somebody that you actually trust and who actually wants to listen to your issues, because the most important thing is you need someone to help you and to listen to you. That's the most important thing, because if you feel like, hey, there's nobody listening to me, nobody wants to hear what I'm struggling with, or you feel like, oh, you're alone, but you need to find somebody that you actually trust, and then tell that person the whole story. Be open with them. Tell them, hey man, you know what, in the last kind of months I've completely lost it. I feel like I'm on the sideways. I feel like I'm on the sidewalk. I feel like the things come crushing down on me. I feel like it's like a dark spiral. It's like a spiral who's going out of control. And when the other person listens to you, you will feel immediately better. That's what actually helped me a lot. Just somebody who listened to me. And then after the person listened to you, you need to start doing some actionable steps. Just start the first thing. Do something. For example, just maybe go outside. Take some fresh air. Maybe take a vacation. Go to some other city. Go to a new place to get some new impressions. And then after that, you can evaluate again how is your mental health. Because the thing with the mental health, you can always improve it for most people who don't have some extremely severe issue. Like I said, if you're listening to this and you have extreme severe issues, this video will not be 100% helpful for you. But when you start working towards the things that are actually bothering you, the things that you think, okay, these things are actually making my life more difficult or actually causing these mental health struggles. So I give you some examples for things that can actually cause the mental health struggles, or this is all from personal experience, so I can tell you what has negatively impacted my own mental health. So the things that negatively impacted my own health were bad food that had a lot of sugar in it, you know, McDonald's, eating every single day at McDonald's, drinking too many energy drinks with sugar. These kinds of things will have a negative impact because they will drag you down, and over the long term the physical will in the end of the day also impact your mental. You will feel extremely dizzy, you will feel like you're almost half sleeping, you're walking around and you can't actually see because it feels like your eyes are actually drained. It feels like there's some kind of fog on your vision. That's actually what happened to me because I ate a lot of that unhealthy food and a lot of sugar, so my mind started shutting off. My mind started not actually working on 100% capacity. And when I started actually cutting down on the sugar and started eating more healthy, then all of a sudden I had a lot of more mental health clarity, and I also felt better about myself. That's the one important thing. So look at the food that you're consuming, because when you're drinking 3 liters of Coca-Cola every single day, that's the issue. Start eliminating that. You need to start eliminating all the things that are the obvious things to really get deep to the issues that you're having with your mental health. Another thing that is important, actually working out, doing some kind of workouts, going to some kind of sports. That's really important because you need to move your body, because the mind and the body are connected, and if your body is moving, then your mind will also start working in better ways. That's actually what happened to me. So when I started working out, I immediately felt better about myself. And in contrast, when I later on, in another time in my life, when I stopped training for like a month or something because I wanted to focus on other things, but I neglected the training, and then I realized, oh my god, I feel really bad. I started feeling extremely slow. I started feeling extremely sluggy, and I also started to feel mentally way worse off than I did before. So I started working out again, and these kind of issues disappeared. So these are the 2 things that I'm giving you that you need to focus on: eating more healthy and actually starting some kind of workout. I'm not saying you need to start bodybuilding or you need to start lifting extremely heavy weights. Just do something, move your body, do some push-ups, do some pull-ups, and then that will immediately improve your mental health. Now, if all these kinds of things are actually not helping you and you're like, oh my god, I'm still having a lot of struggles, then you need to find a professional. That's the most important thing, and the professional will most likely help you more out. If you also eat healthy and go to the professional, that will ultimately help you the most. Now, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope this video could give you some input from my own personal life. Eat healthier, do some workouts, and you will immediately feel better. And after that, tackle the thing that is actually causing you the most amount of stress and mental health issues in your life. And I hope you will get successful with the mental health. I'm also working on it every single day, of course, because that's really important to keep your mental health as perfect as possible, as good as possible. So until next time, guys, have a nice day. Goodbye.